Hey all, this is Dino the Ops Guy. Welcome back to Production Management and Practice, or Stardew Production Management 101. It's basically a university level course in production management, so a branch of operations management. We cover a lot of ops stuff, but try and focus on production management. And I would say the reason we focus on production management because the whole course really is to start with a production environment and explain what's going on as it's going on and the nuances and those types of things. So we don't get into service ops necessarily. We don't get into logistics. We don't get into a lot of the other operations stuff, but we do get into a lot of production stuff. And we do it in the setting of Stardew Valley. So the writers of Stardew Valley, Concerned Ape, writers, I guess, Concerned Ape has done a really good job of creating enough complexity that it's nigh real. It's got some good stuff in it. So taking advantage of that from a pedagogy standpoint, saying let's look at what could go wrong, what's happening, how we deal with it in a production way. So we are on 38. That to say that there are 37 episodes before this. You're welcome to look at those or just jump in wherever you like. We are going to get right to it. We have, I'm Dino the Ops Guy doing the upper management and strategy type stuff. And we have our person on the ground, Av. And Av has a responsibility for today at least, watering the crops and harvesting them, pet the hens and process the eggs, finish the blacksmith's bundle. That's on the strategic side. So part of the strategy is finishing the bundles and completing the community center, and that's going to be part of that. Look for the frozen tier. I know Haley wants a frozen tier in a quest. If we can get that, and I'm not sure if we've already used the frozen tier for the bundle in anyway, the last bundle in that set for the minecart. And then we also need the fire quartz to finish that off. So and then Av, if you have some free time, forge away. So I am gonna turn it over to you. Okay, thanks, Dino. We are back. It's going to be clear and sunny tomorrow for the luau, and the spirits feel neutral today, so we can go to the mines, but we can't expect ladders as often as we'd normally like them. So our crops are coming along. Those melons are looking really nice. We got the notice about the luau and that we fell asleep in the middle, and Doc's going to charge us $109. Whatever. So, okay, here we go. Just loaded up the furnace with some gold. We got some extra gold. One of those gold we want to take over to the, the community center. We just made another tapper. We know tappers are pretty valuable based on what Dina was saying the other day. Our last episode or the episode before, I don't remember now. But take advantage of that. Honey is pretty valuable as well, so we'll take advantage of that, especially the flower honey. Get the coffee beans because we're growing some coffee. That's nice. And watering the plants. Still a lot of work to water these plants. We're probably going to try and make some of the quality sprinklers to take up some of the burden of the watering. And of course, because we didn't close the door last night, the chickens are free. They are free-range chickens. Look at them, just going around like there's not a care in the world. We'll have to find the other one. Oh, there's a movement. The way you find them is movement in the grass is the crazy thing. Especially when they're young, you don't see anything. You just see a little bit of grass movement, and you run over and pet somewhere, and all of a sudden there's a heart. It's wonderful. So, okay, we got some large eggs. That's good. We've sort of graduated. We're going to use our last regular egg in the mayonnaise, but from then on we're probably going to see a lot of large eggs. We're storing the bait in that chest, and there's a little bit of an air proofing thing that I'm doing. I don't know if you noticed, I only picked 3 bait, so that way if at the end of doing the pots I still have 1 bait left over, I know that I missed a pot. So it's not the most sophisticated air proofing technique. but it helps me understand if I inadvertently missed one of the pots. So one of the airproofing techniques we sort of use is having the right number of, like if you need 7 screws, then get exactly 7 screws. Don't give a big pack of screws and have them pick out 7. So in this case, by having just the 3, that is exactly the right number that we need. So if at the end of the process I find I have any extras, I'm going to have a bite here. Then I know something went wrong and I can review the process. So that's a nice little technique to use. Works well here in Stardew Valley, one of the few airproofing stuff. We will talk about quality in Stardew Valley, and quality doesn't mean how good the product is. Quality is how we respond to things. It's a specific movement in production management. Not a lot of great examples, but there's some. Certainly that was one of them, looking at a bit of airproofing when we're loading up pots. So we will probably get into it again. Chickens aren't so bad, but once we get to cows, milking cows can become a bit of a dance. I've never quite gotten that straight. So, all right, loading up some more gold. At this point, this gold we can use because we know we have one set aside for the community center. We can use for quality sprinklers. So let's set that up. Planning ahead so that we don't have to work as hard later. I'd love to use a quality sprinkler back where I planted. I think it's sunflower seed right near our blueberries. But I've already put a sunflower seed there, so for now we'll move these sprinklers here. And at some point we may want to move one of them over there, just because it's easier to water stuff close to the water. And the farthest spot from the water is where I want to put the sprinkler, so I don't have to worry about walking back and forth. It's just sort of a plan ahead thing. So let's look if, we do have some moss, and we do have sweet pea, and 2 sweet pea. Let's check around the corner here. We hardly ever check here because there's not a lot of room to put any forage items, really. Berry time, you'll see some berries in there. And just a little hint, if you haven't figured it out, that's where Linus loses his basket later on. Just a spoiler alert. So we will have to go there at some point. But every once in a while, just sort of I poke my head in, or if I'm walking over the bridge, I'll take a look. So let's drop off this gold bar. And that'll be the end of the blacksmith's bundle. And it's geologist bundle that Dino was trying to think of. So we do have the frozen tier in there. We just need one more thing in the geologist bundle. The geologist bundle just needs fire quartz. And that's, we have to pretty much get to level 80. Sometimes you'll find it in geodes before level 80. But once we get to level 80, there's a decent chance of finding. You still got to go through quite a few floors. We're going to have a couple spring onions just to whet our appetite. Or satiate our appetite. We're just going to eat them. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to check around for either moss or for forageables. Nothing there. That's okay. We'll head into the mine. And again, any one of the floors that we get to above 80 could have fire quartz on it. Not all of them do. So it's just sort of a hit and miss. We'll probably try and look ahead on some floors like here. No real googlies, no monsters, whatever, but we got some free stuff we might as well get to. And then just a whole bunch of mining rocks trying to find where the ladder is. So, not the worst thing. So at some point I may want to consider, instead of doing all these rocks, just taking the elevator down up to the top and then back down, and it'll reset it. And maybe I'm at a level that that has fire quartz right away, or maybe there's a ladder nearby, or but it does take some time. So I just decided this time just pull out the pickaxe and fire away. So looking, there's a ladder. We got it. And we can even get some topaz along the way. Fight this helmet guy. I call him helmet. I don't know what I have not gotten good. I think I called another guy shaman guy the other day. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's wrong. I kind of just remember that from the wiki. But I could be completely wrong. So we got some summer squash seeds, so that's nice. One of the problems is whenever I have openings in the garden and I think I'm going to get a summer squash seeds, they don't come. And then when I fill them because there's no summer squash seeds coming, I get summer squash seeds. So it's inopportune, let's call it. So, all right, again, just looking for ladders. We're going to have one more of our snacks. We finished all our spring onions. Not a bad thing from an inventory level, so that we've cleaned that up. Oh, there's the ladder. Oh, and there's one of our shaman guys and one of our, I don't know what the dark guy is. We got one who lives in the sewers as well, who's pretty friendly, but these guys are not friendly. So we're going to use a bomb here. It's just a lot of concentration. I figure it's nice to get rid of that and probably do a little bit of damage on the pink jelly. Some gold. Other than that, just sort of open. Let's take care of the bat. There are bats in my belfry. And the helmet guy, I really should find out what he's called. Oh, I can't get through there, so we're going to just use a regular. Ooh, fire quartz, fire quartz. Get it. Okay, once we, well, let's just get out the regular way. We don't, if we find the ladder going down, then we can go up again. But rather than just find the ladder, we're kind of low on energy. Let's just clear out with what we got. Again, it's nice to have that 36 backpack so we can move some stuff. We're heading over to the community center because magic is going to happen. You're going to see it. We are going to drop off the fire quartz, and then all our hair is going to raise up. I'm going to go wee, and then the next day we're going to have minecarts. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing of beauty and wonderment. So here we go. I'm going to get the furnace, an extra furnace. Oh, no, it's not furnace. There we go. Woo! There we're good. We are Junino, I can't pronounce that. We are the J guys. And who always get in the way when I'm walking. So we got that. We've taken care of that. We will eat our last field snack. Take a look around for foraging stuff. Nothing. We're going to get back. And I promise this time I will shut the coop door so that we don't have to worry about it ahead of time. So it's nice having 3 furnaces, honestly. That's a nice thing. We'll clear out some of our jars. I meant to close the door. There we go. We closed the door. There. That's how it works. It's that easy sometimes. So yeah, putting in a large egg. And we're going to sell off all the stuff that we don't need, to clear off all the stuff we don't need. You can see how inventory management becomes a bigger and bigger problem the more, especially when you get to summer and fall, because not only do you have different varieties of things, but flowers have different colors, and they're no different. There's just one color is no different than the other than it doesn't stack. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. That was my first motivation for putting the flowers in a different chest than the produce stuff, just because they proliferate so quickly. Combinatorially, they just blow up. So, okay. We will put our summer squash seeds away once we found a spot for them. And I think the best thing to do now is probably chop down trees. This tree has been in the way for a while, so it's nice to clear that up. We get some visibility around that corner. And then here, I mean, the more we can clear them out, the more we can plant them back in some sort of structured order. So I guess I can just start anywhere. It's just aim and chop. Now, given that I have 2 and I'm low on energy, I'm going to get this maple. Hopefully there's a maple seed in it. There is a maple seed in it. So we can make our field snack and get one last snack before bed. That's a good thing. And have a couple more chops. There's still some time. We did remember to close the coop door so we don't have to rush and panic and do all that crazy fall asleep on the dirt, that sort of thing. No, we're covered now. So yeah, just clearing up that area is a good idea. At some point we're going to put the sidewalk through here, the cobblestone walk through there. So clearing some of that up is good. Let's move everything out. And given that we have that copper, I think it's ideal that we should make one more tapper. And we'll probably use it. Let's not go too far and risk falling, not waking up or whatever. Let's use it just on that pine tree. So, yeah. And just clean things up one more time. And we're going to go to bed. And successfully. There we have our J buddies. Look, this is their motion. They just go back and forth, and that's how they work. We're gonna do fighter instead of scout. I never figured out how to do better on scout. So fighter is pretty vanilla. I can figure that out on my own. So and today is the day. Well, this next day is the day of the luau. So we're going to do the luau, but that's going to be a different day. So I will turn it back to you. Thanks, Av. Very good run, and yes, thank you. It was a geologist bundle. It didn't come to me right away. So we did harvest and water the crops. We did pet the hens after finding them, and process the eggs. We did finish the blacksmith's bundle and the geologist bundle. And then that's from the frozen quartz. We didn't need the frozen fire quartz. We didn't need the frozen tier. If we had found it, we could have given it to Haley, but I didn't remember that we had already had it in the geologist bundle. So that worked out very, very well. And just earlier on, we talked about how it takes an hour to get from pretty much anywhere in the map to anywhere in the map. If we're going to, fishing at the ocean or seeing Willie, or if you're going to see Clint, whatever. Well, this is a bit of a game changer with the minecarts open from the standpoint. It only takes 10 minutes to get to the bus stop, and then you're immediately at the mines or within 10 minutes of Clint or whatever. So this really helps out. It'll probably have us be a bit more judicious about when we're going to the community center, because it's not sort of in a general path anymore. It's still close to piers, but the idea of going down to Cinder Forest is a bit off. We don't have any spring onions there anymore. There's a couple things we can forage, but probably not worth all the walk. So the dynamics are really going to change. I think that we're going to focus more on stuff in the mines, or when we're going to Clint or Gunther's. So because we now have a big advantage, and if time during the day is still the bottleneck, then we're going to take advantage of that advantage. I guess, should I be saying advantage of an advantage? But either way. So next episode is the luau. So I'm not going to show you the luau. The trick for the luau is use one of the golden quality cauliflower, because that gets, that does everything. And really the luau, again, I'm not going to show it, but I usually use it just to say hi to everybody. And I didn't realize it before that if you do use a golden cauliflower and sort of win everything, like really impress people, the best soup ever, and you get an achievement and stuff, whatever, you actually get more friendship points with the villagers, which is cool. I'm happy with that. So, but the other thing we're going to do, because we're not showing that, we're going to take some time to talk about, well, I'm being a bit, being a bit coy here. I'm going to talk about the fall, but really it's starting to open the door for some bigger discussions on bottlenecks and production management in general. So I don't want to say that the training wheels come off, but when I put the course together, I kind of was worried that the first 40 episodes or so wouldn't have enough meat in them to really get into things. Well, it's going to start getting meaty, certainly from the bottleneck side. There's this notion that bottlenecks are, you find them and then you execute them and you're all good. There's a bit more to it from a developmental level, from a skill level. Operation strategy is all about capability development, so getting into, all right, how do we have the right capabilities, and what does that mean for our bottleneck as it changes? All that in the next episode. So I'm hoping to have you back. If there's any comments you have to make this a better experience, to make it more entertaining, to make it whatever the case, happy to look at them in the comments. Other than that, this is Dino the Ops Guy signing off.